okay. I've watched it. And for the most part, it's intriguing. Okay, I can get over the fact that now sea devils have all the magical mystical abilities of Aquaman in the movies. Or the happy critters from the abyss that can control water. Um, we're gonna throw out all our garbage back onto the land. It's like, okay, no biggie. They should have dropped it all on Greta Thunberg's house or wherever the hell she's living now, or whatever side street she's going to wind up on selling pencils. But um, apparently, yeah, the Sea Devils are now ultra streamlined, CGI, whatever. As well, I think there's some practical effects thrown in, but um, also, I was interested in the fact that they've introduced that there's now a hierarchy going on there, where you have the other creatures we haven't seen before, the other sea beings or whatever they are, that just happen to disturbingly look like goldfish in the face. I'm really hoping the goldfish thing ain't coming back from when he was a kid and he flushed it down the toilet. It went out to the ocean and took over. That would be some screwed up shit. I wouldn't. But the one thing that's kind of intriguing me now, here's the thing: age difference aside, because you can't really argue the age difference thing, because look at Sir Patrick Stewart. When he was 72 years old, he married his 36-year-old bride, literally half his age. So if the circumstances were reversed, no biggie. But you have 60-year-old Kate Stewart doing the horizontal mambo, getting 5 rounds rapid from an actor who's 29 years old, playing a colonel. It's not that, it's just, there's a reason why you don't have fraternization in the ranks in the military. Because I'll tell you this right now, for one, this guy is obviously barely into his 30s and he's a colonel. I want to see what you got to do to get promoted in unit now. Because you have guys who are in the militaries for God knows how many years who retire at colonel. Yet this guy is barely, probably still coughing off his, probably tossing up his, hangover from uni, and yet he's a colonel in unit. You know what's going to happen if news of that relationship gets out? A lot of people are going to be nudging each other going, look, now you know how he became colonel. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to cause some, shall we say, repercussions in the ranks. And that's my problem with the Kate Stewart side relationship. She's having a side relationship with a junior officer, and that should not be. No. The age difference thing doesn't really matter. It's the fact that this guy is like whatever, the big leaders in her organization, and they're doing the Zygon Zegan. I'll have to come up with a better one. Let's just say what you call it. Yeah, he's the one sidling up to the clam bar, so to speak, and he's like, he's in her ranks. Yeah, the first episode was kind of slow, but what do you expect? You're on the build up to a story, and of course, apparently that one was written by Russell T Davies, from what I saw, and then the second one was written by Pete Mateague, directed by Russell T Davies. which is kind of making me worry about who wrote the ending to this saga, because given the finales we've had in the last couple seasons, I really don't want to see how it's going to end out. Plus, I'm loving the fact you got all these Earth people sitting there bitching, crying, and moaning. It's like, guys, what? They've just showed you how much power they got. And the ocean covers 3/4 of this planet. Which means, I want to know what you're going to do. Launch ICBMs at the water? Or are you going to do like the Caligula thing where he ordered a legion of troops to go to the water, go to the shore side and stab the water because he was pissed at Poseidon? Or Neptune, or whatever the hell they call him. I don't know. There's Roman's version, the Greek versions, and you see what I mean? Hang on, I left my cap on, but leaving that thing on inside a heated structure just don't work. I'm loving all the spam guys, because they're just upping my numbers, which makes me die laughing. They think they're doing some kind of harm, and it's like, meanwhile, they're upping me on the algorithm, the sacred algorithm. I wonder if there are some of these YouTubers out there actually start sacrificing small animals to the god of the algorithm. Oh, blessed algo, please up my numbers. Oh, I want to get my know-it-all plaque to hang in the background, to reaffirm my existence, because I don't matter unless I have big numbers on a page somewhere. Oh, okay. My mother put me in a microwave for 45 seconds when I was a newborn baby. Probably because Dad tried to get you out with a vacuum cleaner. But okay, that's a whole other thing. Meanwhile, so yeah, that's kind of my thing so far. Is also, we got Ruth Madeley's character there to have little snide jabs. Meanwhile, everybody else just about that was in there the last couple seasons disappeared. And of course, I noticed people were making a big deal about the fact that the woman fish sea devil can suddenly change sexes. And I'm like, yeah, that's because she's a different species and it's a fictional show. Come on, she's a fish with a pretty human face, for crying out loud. Well, apparently amphibian in her case, because she can live in an oxygen environment. It was okay. Like I said, so far it's got off to a good start, so I can't complain too much. Like I said, the only thing is why is Ruth Madeley's character there other than to make snide jabs at Kate? You've got the young toy boy colonel, and bop, doing the horizontal bop with your own ranks, especially someone who's below you in the rank structure, is never a good idea. And also, Kate Stewart probably has daughters that are older than this guy. That's why I died laughing at the joke where, he said, "What do you call it? You should meet my father." And it's like, yeah, because father's going to be like, "Damn, son, get out of my action. Stay in your lane." But like I said, it's not the age difference thing that freaks me out. It's the fact that this guy is one of the big guys in her, a colonel in her organization, and she's just happily doing the happy, happy, happy dance with him in the bedroom. And it's like, Russell Tovey's an amazing actor. Yeah, I do enjoy his character. I reminded Lady G that, yeah, he was the werewolf guy in the UK version of Being Human. The version of Being Human that didn't kind of suck. Because the American version was, oh God, are we copying British TV again? Come on, guys, you know that ain't worked after a certain point. Uh-huh. It is just a show, yes, I know. That's why I'm not going to go crazy over anything like that. It's just the dynamics of that relationship. One of them's going to die. I can see that coming. I don't, and I'm leaning on 3-1 that Colonel Boy makes it out of this adventure alive. But the fact that somebody compared this to not Miracle Day, they compared it to Children of Earth. No, Children of Earth is still up here. Okay, they're striving to get to where Children of Earth was. Okay, so far so good. But like I said, no, Children of Earth had me from the minute it aired. But it's like, hell, even I did a story about a war between the land and the sea. I did that. Plus, I heard they re-edited a couple of the lines in the Sea Devils episode they aired. The original Pertwee when they edited down and all that, so that the Sea Devils say war between the land and the sea instead of the war against mankind. And it's like, really? But of course, none of the actual Sea Devils show up, and you can't call them Sea Devils because now that's offensive. Even though the Silurians refer to them as Sea Devils. Well, actually, no, the one wheelchair guy wasn't there from the last finale. The one who was suddenly he's packing twin machine guns or whatever. Yeah, he's not there. I didn't see him at all. I think it's down to just Ruth Madeley. Of course, Rose Noble's disappeared, and it's like, yay, there's an empty spot of nothing that we, didn't have to fill up with nonsense. It's like, oh, there's a new guy. Okay, I missed it. I'll have to go back and watch those scenes again. But so far, so good. Like I said, I can't really disparage it, call it dirty names or anything like that. Like I said, the only thing that disturbs me is the fraternization going on in the unit ranks. Because, like I said, that's going to come back to bite them both on the ass later. One thing I've noticed that's absent from unit, and it's been absent a long time, Osgood. Oh, sorry. Please do blah blah blah. I don't do requests. Okay. But so far so good. Like I said, it's doing pretty well so far. We're gonna have to see how this wraps up. And I'm loving the fact that let's just go meet us 5 miles under the ocean. And like, somebody called Jim Cameron. Didn't he build a thing to do that? Just don't invite the. Oh, well, I shouldn't. That's an evil joke. That the Titan expedition guys is like, no, I can't joke about that. My hair freed itself. There was a rebellion about 30 or 40 years ago. Well, about 30 years ago now. Yeah. They all left. They didn't like it on the planet Baldus. So they went off to settle other parts of the universe. And now Baldus, for the most part, is unpopulated. A barren world. Once again, like, oh, sorry. So far, so good. Chapter 1, how Kate got her groove back. Chapter 2. Like I said, I can't really give it a thumbs down or anything like that. So far, it's an intriguing story. Well, there's always rumors going about this, that, these, and those. And like I said, Russell's going to have to explain that shit anyway sooner or later. So let's see if he tries to slip it in here. Okay, well, I got to get going, folks. We just hit the 15-minute mark, so it's time for me to start heading into the door to go to work. So please, remember, it's Tuesday. Be kind, be calm, be safe. The holidays are around the corner. Don't forget to whistle zippity-doo-dah, or why, no, wait. No, whistle Christmas carols out your butthole and enjoy the season. Have a good one. Take care, everybody. See y'all tomorrow.